Welcome to La Gazette. Today you'll learn about British designer Vivienne Westwood and discover the brand's fall-winter collection with creative director ANDREAS KRONTHALER, who tells us about the inspirations and a bit about the future of Fashion Week.
Hello, we are here in the Hôtel de Ville de Paris, the venue for today's show. We have ANDREAS KRONTHALER for Vivienne Westwood.
No olvides que tenemos subtítulos en español.
Et nous vous rappelons que nous avons également des sous-titres en français. Vivienne Westwood is now a household name, a woman and a brand, who today attracts editors, celebrities and fashion enthusiasts to her shows and boutiques.
Outside the Hôtel de Ville in Paris, the fashion industry's most influential people navigate a swarm of street-style photographers to make their way into the venue, which, for the first time ever, will host a show of the brand. A dream come true for the designer.
Vivienne was born in 1941 in Derbyshire. She became a school teacher in London, but her real desire was to become an artist. It was then she met Malcolm McLaren. The young art student encouraged her talent and rebellion and promoted her creations. In 1971, the couple opened a boutique named Let It Rock on 430 Kings Road, with the sole purpose of rebelling against the mainstream aesthetic of the time. A few years later, they changed the name of the boutique to Sex and embraced the punk spirit. McLaren launched the Sex Pistols from there and effectively became the leader of the punk movement.
The aesthetic that became associated with this movement, the tartan, the safety pins, the studs, and the controversial political messages mixed with pornographic imagery were all created by Westwood.
In 1981, they changed the boutique's name to World's End and presented the first runway collection, Pirates.
Vivienne was the first fashion designer to combine strong historic research with an equally important influence of youth culture and streetwear. The mix of the two made her insolite aesthetic a success.
By the late 80s, she already was one of the most influential designers in the world.
Her counterculture silhouettes became trends during the decades to come.
What about those shoes?
They're very hard to walk in.
Impossible.
In 1993, she married ANDREAS KRONTHALER, with whom she collaborates in her fashion and who has slowly taken over the creative direction of the collections.
Vivienne stays involved in the direction of the brand while using her fame to push forward social causes, such as the fight against the climate change. This season, we got to talk backstage with ANDREAS about this collection, BELLA HADID, and the future of fashion.
Can I have a sip?
Of course, this is where you will get more honest. So first question is the obligated question. Tell us about the collection in your own words.
In my own words, I'm so happy to be here in this hotel, in the Hôtel de Ville de Paris, and it was always a dream for me to show here, because with Vivienne we show here for 30 years in Paris, and we started off at Azadine, which is just a stone's throw from here actually.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to show, but it was never available. Anyway, we did know very early on it was possible. And then I kept looking at the room and thought, what do you want to see in this room? And the first thing I wanted to see was workers taking over the mayor's office,
Yeah.
the revolution and stuff. So I made all these salopettes and, this interpretation.
Yes, of the worker invading.
And I think, clothes have got a power. They're very, very important. And I tried to, say this with it.
To show
more
the-
than anything that we need it. We need it maybe more than ever.
And so, the workers invaded the major's office. The blue-collar inspiration came quite literally in the form of blue looks, like this classic corseted draped dress or a more casual version.
The tartan, a staple of the punk aesthetic and of the fashion house, is always reinterpreted. This time, it took the form of a spectacular coat with oversized tulip sleeves. And here comes Bella Hadid. For her first look, she wore an asymmetrical dress with a garlic necklace and oversized pants. The oversized looks continued, combined with corsets and historically inspired silhouettes, a very strong part of the brand's DNA. The mix of the unexpected is clear with this black dress and rain boots, a dark bridal look.
Despite the rebellious nature of the brand, since its early years, corseted glamorous dresses have become one of its signatures. Of course, they tend to be mixed with the unpredictable or even bizarre.
About your collaboration with Bella Hadid, is the second time we see her at
Yes,
the show.
and the second time the wedding dress.
Yes.
But I thought it was funny to do so, and the second time round, you know.
How did she become your muse? Or
maybe we do it next time again. I don't know.
hopefully,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
wears it well.
Oh, she does know how to wear it. She's a very, 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 very special girl. I don't know her for that long, but I got very fond of her because she's so, she's has her feet on the ground and she's clever. She's I don't know, sexy. And everything you put on her is magnificent. She's just such a grace.
Yeah.
She's got such elegance, and I always do like her. This, how do you call it? When you hold yourself.
Presence.
Yeah, this presence. This,
It's true.
The collection as a whole was undeniably Vivienne Westwood, and it transformed the models into a rebellious lot that, as Andreas dreamed it, stormed the Hôtel de Ville in workers' clothes, while not literally, at least symbolically.
Bella appears one last time to close the show, and Andreas comes out to take his bow. And now, off to the backstage for one last question.
Now, changing topics drastically, you've talked about how fashion weeks are very unsustainable. How would you see yourself showing the collection in the future, if not through a show?
I think more and more about couture. So, you know, there is a lot of couture in the collection because there's lots of things are made by hand and properly made. But I like the hand and the craft, and I think it's something we have rather not looked after that well in recent times, and I think couture expresses that in the best way, and maybe it's not just all about consuming. And, so I'm not sure.
So
maybe
close,
there is a time when there might be no pret-à-porter things. I don't know how it will evolve and how important it is to go from here, there to everywhere constantly, twice a year. You know? It seems to be a little bit too much. It seems to get to an end. You know, things not always continue forever. One doesn't live forever.
Yeah.
You know.
Everything changes.
Everything changes.
And finally, a simple one: 3 words to describe the Vivienne Westwood Woman 2020.
When in doubt, dress up. Really, you know, because it's the best way to present, to celebrate a day. And I think the more dramatic the situation, the more you have to dress up, because it's the best help.
celebrate life.
Yes, to celebrate life. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That's it for the Vivienne Westwood show. Hope you enjoyed it.
Don't forget to comment your favorite looks below and subscribe to La Gazette.
Bye guys.
Bye. See you soon.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok for more fashion. And hit subscribe to get notified when we post our next video. Thank you so much. Stay safe.
We have to go.